Well, Friday here in Berea, and the big news of the day, Mary Kay, of course, is that Odell Beckham is officially back. He will play on Sunday against the Chicago Bears. No big surprise there, but it's just now we officially know he'll be out there.
Absolutely, and like Myles Garrett just told us today, on Monday, Odell Beckham Jr. looked at him and said, "It's time." So I'm sure the fans feel that way too. It is time. Long overdue for everyone to see Odell Beckham Jr. We all thought he was probably going to play in the opener. Here he is going out in week 3, and it should be exciting.
Now, how does having Odell back, I mean, some of this feels obvious, but it does change this offense, right? To have him out there against the Bears and what Kevin Stefanski and Alex Van Pelt can do out there.
Well, I'll tell you, it's like the Chiefs having Tyreek Hill, right? I mean, he is the Browns version of a Tyreek Hill, a dynamic, fast player who can get behind a defense, who can make the incredibly difficult catch, who can run reverses, who can throw the ball if he needs to. He's a superstar, and I think he'll show up in a big way.
Now, you mentioned him throwing the ball, but of course we all remember last year he caught the ball a couple times from his buddy Jarvis Landry. Unfortunately, the Browns will be without Jarvis Landry. So, two things to talk about here. How much does Odell coming back, I guess, ease the loss of Jarvis?
Oh, it's huge. It's absolutely huge. To be without Jarvis and Odell in this game when you're going out there trying to improve to 2-1, that's meaningful. We saw what happened last week when Donovan Peoples-Jones and Anthony Schwartz both made big mistakes that veterans usually don't make. So to have Odell out there back on the field, I mean, it's just absolutely enormous, especially when you're trying to deal with life after Jarvis.
Now, replacing Jarvis, we mentioned Odell, but who else do you think steps in to kind of replace him on Sunday?
Well, I do think it's going to be by committee. You will have Donovan Peoples-Jones, Anthony Schwartz. I think you'll see more of Rashard Higgins this week in the slot and other places. And then, as we've talked about a number of times, Demetric Felton will take over some of Jarvis's slot duties. But as we heard Chad O'Shea, the receivers coach, say today, he will be in other places as well.
Yeah, so the Browns bringing back Odell, trying to ease the loss of Jarvis, and of course it'll all impact how Sunday's game at FirstEnergy Stadium against the Bears goes. We'll have full coverage leading up to, during, and after the game, all at cleveland.com/Browns.